it's Kelly here with Kelly Crafts It All. Today I thought I'd bring a tutorial along that someone has requested that I do a tutorial because they seem to learn from me a little bit easier. I will link the original video down below, and this is the name of the lady, Michelle Allen, a creative operation, and it's called a 4-in-1 Mini. So I will link it down below. This is not my idea, not my creation. This is all Miss Allen's. So what it is I had received this in a swap for a Halloween swap from my best friend Nova. And it's so cute. I love this album. But anyhow, you just open it. It ties on the side. And then you're opening it. And as you open them, it kind of makes a scene, because you can use your 12 by 12 papers that have the, sometimes you get those 12 by 12s and they have like this things up in the corners of the page and the middle's kind of blank. It'd be great to use those, to, be able to use those up. So then when you flip these out, she made this look like a scene here by using those, and then this was probably a 12 by 12 sheet. And then when you open this one up like so, it does this scene. And she put notes for me so I'd know how to do it. And then you flip that, it makes that scene. So this would be great to use up them 12 by 12 papers that have the scenes on them. And you want to use the full sheet, because these are approximately, they're like 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 squared is what I did mine measurements at. And then you just put it all back together, and that makes the spine here, and there's the front, and that's the back. So that's what we're going to be making. And then Miss Denna also kind of did a spin-off on that a couple of years ago, or a year ago. And she made me this, and we had done a swap. And it's kind of like it, and it flips to the top and the bottom. And then these flip to the left and to the right. This one is still blank because this is going to be one that I'm using for my kitchen remodel, which we have been doing for years. We get so much to do, and we get time to do it, and we don't have time to do it, and it's been a very long process. But in the mix of after when I made mine, I haven't made one yet, I'm going to make it with you, but I cut, now you can cut these this is a 6 by 6, so you can cut these out of your 12 by 12 papers, but I didn't have 12 by 12 white paper, so I used 8.5 by 11, and I was going, oh my gosh, all this paper I've got left over, what am I going to do with it? I had these like chunks of paper. I mean, I could save them, put them in a storage bin or something, and save them and use them for other scrapbooks. But they were quite substantial, and I thought it would be cute. This is 5 by 5, and this was I made it with my leftover. After I cut my big album out, my 6 by 6, I got left with a 5 by 5, and it does the same thing. But I'm going to show you how to do the 6 by 6, and it is very, very, very simple to do. And we're going to go and make one of those. So, what you are going to need, first off, is 6 pieces of cardstock of your choice, whatever you'd like to use, cut at 6 inches by 7 inches. So you're going to need 6 pieces, cut at 6 by 7. Okay? Then we need to get out our scoreboard. And out of your pile there of your 6 by 7s, you're going to grab 2 of those. Okay? So we're going to get 2. And on these ones, we're just going to score on the 7-inch side. We're going to score at 1 inch. We're going to do the same on the second one. On the 7-inch side, score at 1 inch. Okay? So you have those 2 already done. So you should have 4 left. And you're going to put those on the 7-inch side. You're going to score at 1/2 of an inch and then at 1 inch. And you're going to do that to all 4. Okay, and that's the only scoring we do is on the 7-inch side at 1/2 inch and at 1 inch. You're going to do that to 4 of your 6x7. So that's where your 6 pieces of 6x7 come in. And you do 2 at 1 inch, and then 2 at 4 at 1/2 an inch and at 1 inch. Okay. Then you're going to need 12 pieces of 6.5 by 6. And all of these you're going to lay on the 6.5 inch side, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch. And you're going to do that to 12 pieces. So these are cut at 6.5 by 6, scored at 1/2 inch for 12 pieces. And that's all the scoring. And that's it. And then we start assembling. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside and those aside, and I'm going to get those 2 pieces of 6x7 that had the 1 inch score mark, and I'm going to fold that down and give it a burnish. I've already pre-done mine to save time. Like I said, that's why I'm not going to decorate mine on camera, because it would take forever. Right, so you're on those 1 inch pieces, they're going to go together like this. I'm going to put one on top of the other, match them up, and that's going to make your 1 inch spine. So we're going to go ahead and glue that together. And I like to fold mine over to make sure it's, you know, centered, and it's not in my score line on that other one. So, and I'll burnish that down and get my glue going. Okay, so now we're going to need those 4 that we scored at 1/2 an inch and at 1 inch. And how these go are 2 go to the top and 2 go on the sides. And making sure that you have that fold line, you know, we'll glue it and you'll see. So it doesn't really matter which one you do. If you'd like, you could snip on that score line. You could take the corners out a little bit and save yourself some bulk. To me, it didn't really matter. Okay, on this score line, you have 1 score line, 2 score lines, so you're on that score line where we scored at 1/2 of an inch. You're going to add glue. And I'm going to start on, it doesn't matter where you start, I'm just going to start on my left top. And I'm going to fold this down, that back one down. So you should see 1 score line on top, and you're going to match that up to the top and the side of your, the ones with the 1 inch spine. Now don't freak out and go, oh my gosh, it's hanging over and it's too long. It's not. So do that, and then make sure I've got this all burnished down and I'm not in my score line. I'm away from it. And then you push this up so it's even with the bottom, and that will give you that part of your album. So then you do that again on the right hand side. Keeping that, I put it on that last one and I'll fold just that score line. So I make sure I see 1, and then I put this in here close to the top. Now that's why I said I think these would be neat, that you could make these up ahead if you're in a swap, or you know, you got birthdays coming up or something and you want to keep a blank one and hold on to it. That's what I'm going to do. That's why I'm doing this one blank, because then if I have a swap and a swap partner has a certain theme or a certain color that they like, I can go ahead and then use my designer series paper and cover it. So that makes those. And I'm going to flip them ones up and out of my way. And I'm going to get my last two. And I'm doing the same identical thing. Except these are going to go on the sides. So one on the right. Matching it, making sure you're not getting up into that score line where it folds. So I'm trying to stay, I try to keep mine towards the bottom, but flush with the edge. Burnish that down. Okay, then we're going to put one to the left, doing the same identical thing. And I'm going to fold that down and keep that down towards the bottom and even on my left hand side. If you need to pick it up and shift it, you can do that. Trying to make sure I'm not in that score line that I have going across the top. And that's the shell of our book. So now when you fold this all up, it looks like this. So now we've got to make the flip pages, the inside. So this is where we need your 12 pieces. Cut it 6.5 by 6, and we scored that 1/2 inch on the 6.5 inch side. So you want to get 3 of them. And you're just gonna, I'm gonna move this out of our way for a minute. So you're gonna do 3 sets of 4 sets of 3. So you have 3, 6, 9, 12, okay? And then I'm gonna take my second one here. I'm gonna put some glue on it. And all we're gonna do is stack these. Now you can bend that one back to line them up. So I'm just lining mine up flush, making sure everything's nice and even. For the burnish, I like to open mine up and double check, make sure I have any kind of glue oozing out. I wipe it off so the pages don't stick together. And then that third one, we're going to do the same thing. And I'm going to put that on the top. And burnish that down. So you'll need you'll have 4 sets of 3. So that gives you 12. Okay? So now we get our book here. Let's get our book out. And we're going to you're going to set these in here just like this. Okay, this is the hinge on the left. So this goes inside this square here and open, they'll all go to the left. This one goes to on the top up here, same thing, opens to the left. So make sure your hinge is on the left hand side. These ones are going to go on the right hand side and open to the right. So you're going to put this one inside here. Don't put that on the outside here, it goes inside here. This all stays in this center right here. And then this one's going to go this way. So to the right, to the left, top and bottom both. And we're just going to glue those in. I'm just making sure I stay, you'll see that score line, make sure you stay within that score line. Don't go over it or your book won't close. And I try to keep mine towards the top. If you want to bend it down, make sure that it's closing. You can, and then try not to get my head in the way. And then that one. So then we have this one here. This is going to go the same direction to the left. And this is going to go inside here. So now you got 2 score lines you need to contend with. The side and the top. So you're going to just make sure you stay within that like I said, I like to kind of fold mine over, make sure everything sits good. Got a little too much glue there. So we had this one to the right, or to the left, sorry, and then this one to the left. We're just going to repeat the same thing, except these ones are going to go the opposite. Here, they're going to fold out to the right. And that's it. That's the book. That's how simple it was. So then you just open this up. These two these two flaps with them go inside first. Then these two go on the outside. Over on the outside go in. Now you don't even have to do these if you don't want to. It would just, you know, it would look like that. It wouldn't. To me, it's not as finished. I like doing that extra flap. And that's it. That is the album completed. Now to decorate it, you could do whatever you want to do. Like on my little one, and like Nova did, and even Miss Dina on hers, we just used some ribbon. You just, you know, cut yourself some ribbon and tape it or glue it or whatever you want to do. I don't have any out here. Just, you know, cut you some ribbon. And glue one on the front. And glue another piece on, you know, another one on the back, and that makes your closure. And then you just decorate it with your paper, and they're all the same size because there's nothing different. So 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 will fit all of your flaps. So it's just a, you know, a means of going in and decorating it how you want. Now you have like this 1-inch spine, and like I'll show you where Nova did. She, you know, she decorated the inside of that spine, and then, you know, she even put you know, on the 1/4-inch spine here on the sides, she put paper on there too, and even on the outside. So I'm gonna make one up, and I'm just gonna set it aside for our next swap or whatever, or if I have a quick gift I need to put together or something, I'll have this already made. I can set this aside, and then I can decorate it because it doesn't have any pockets or anything, so it's just flat. And I wouldn't put pockets, really. You can't, because if you start bulking it up, you know, this is going to pop up, and then this isn't going to close right. So it's kind of made more for flat photos. So this one I'm kind of saving up. As soon as my son gets over his fungulitis, I'm gonna have him send me some Halloween pictures, and I'm gonna put Easton's Halloween pictures in here. I have past ones, but I didn't get any new ones. And then the year before that, they didn't even trick or treat, so we'll have a year missing. But I think he dressed up for preschool. But yeah, so then you can, you know, put your papers in on the edges there, and then the bottom's just open. So yeah, there you guys go. That is so fast and so simple and so cute. And then if you're did yours out of 8.5 by 11 or whatever, and you have some leftovers, you can break it down and make it 5 by 5. This was really simple. I just cut these down to, let me show it, see my measurement here. I cut the 6 of them at 5 by 6, and then 12 of them at 5 by 5.5. And I scored it the same. Scored 2 at 1 inch, scored 4 at 1.5 an inch and 1 inch. And then, you know, I just continued doing the same thing. It made it a 5 by 5. And then Sam from Mixed Up Crafts, she does this really cute flip lid box. And I was going to use it for a Christmas box, but what I needed was too big and it wouldn't fit. So I just said, well, I'll pack it my Christmas decorations. I'll use it. But this fits perfect in here. So I was like, this is a Sand for Mixed Up Crafts. It's her box. But I will do a tutorial on it, and then we will have it for a 5x, if you would like to do a 5x5 album, you can, and then have a little box. Now, to do it 6x6, I'll try to see if I can get one, you know, made to do a 6x6. If you wanted a box, you let me know in the comments below what you think you'd like. If you'd like a box for a 6x6, let me know. If not, we'll just do it for a 5x5. Alright guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed that, and please go visit Michelle Allen. I'm going to link it down below, and it's a creative operation, and you know, go over and show her some love. She's got tons of albums and things, and she's miraculous. I love watching her. I knew nothing about her until Nova sent me that book, and then she sent me the tutorial to it to show me how it opened. Watched the video for it. And this lady just has tremendous tutorials, bunches of them. So, yeah, go check the link below and click on it and go on over and show Michelle some love. Hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell. It really helps my channel to grow. And if you're not subscribed to my channel but are watching my videos, it's free. Hit that subscribe button. I have so many viewers that are not subscribed, and it really helps me to grow. And, I appreciate it so very, very much, as I do appreciate all my subscribers, older and brand new. I really enjoy it. I love doing the tutorials. I know they're very sporadic, but when I do come across something and I want to show you, I do have a great time doing it. And I love showing the swaps, you know, what I'm sending and what I'm getting. Those are really fun too. So yeah. People were asking how my son was doing. He's coming along. He's just sore throat and tired, and he's healing. It's a slow process, he said, but you know, every day I ask him how he's doing, and he's like, oh, you know, one day he'll be really good, and then like Christmas Day, he was doing pretty good, and then Sunday, he was feeling kind of more like rubbish. So, you know, he said it comes and it goes. He said one day you're good and the next day you're down. One day you're good and the next day you're down. So, and he said, you know, he's not doing anything on the days that he feels good, but still sitting on the couch watching TV, and, you know, he doesn't want to overdo it. But he'll get retested on the 30th, and we'll find out from there what happens. So, alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. And go make yourself an album. Those are really, really fun. You could even, you know, like I said, make them ahead of time. Have them sit aside. And if you need a quick something to put together for a swap or for a birthday gift or Christmas, you can whip this out and cut out your 5 3/4 inch squared papers, glue them on, glue your ribbon, and you've got a really nice gift to give. Alright guys, take care. Stay safe out there. Remember, I love each and every one of you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.